All right, Bones, we're back with another episode of Between the Lines. Juventus bowing out of Champions League this past Friday, Bones, against Lyon, immediately sacking Sarri right after the match and appointing Andrea Pirlo new manager of Juventus despite never having coached a professional match before. Bones, do you ever think we'll see Sarri again?
I do not. I think now I can concentrate on his true passion, which I've heard is cornering the massive Italian cigarette market, Stevie.
Yeah, he and Joe Camel get to pursue their passion project together, Bones. I'm with you. Good luck, Sarri. All right, Bones, we're down to the final 8 in Champions League after this past week's action where we saw Bayern Munich move on against Chelsea, saw Barcelona move on against Napoli, saw Lyon move on against Juventus, and finally Man City moving on against Real Madrid, Bones. So, my question for you, which of those clubs had the most impressive performance?
Well, if I can only choose one, Stevie, which I feel like are the rules to this, I would have to choose Barcelona. They beat not a bad Napoli team 3-1. Very impressive performance. Could have even been worse. And the GOAT was amazing. And I thought his sidekicks weren't as bad as usual. So I'm going to go with Barcelona, Stevie.
I mean, I don't think there's ever a bad reason to pick Barcelona when it comes to Messi. He's the GOAT. We all know it. But you even say it yourself. They beat an okay Napoli team.
Yeah, but they look terrible. So I know it's weird to give Barcelona credit to beat a decent team, but this is the best I've seen them look since the restart. Little Puig was running, little Pooch was running around, Rakitic.
Pooch was running around for the final 5 minutes. I mean, he got 5 minutes of that.
Yeah, but it was a spirited 5 minutes. Yeah. Rakitic spinning all over the place, Suarez with the PK,
I mean, Rakitic out here looking like Ellen DeGeneres.
But I think, you're the one that's so obsessed with Messi. He could carry them to the finals, I think. Although they have a tough draw, Steve, playing Bayern Munich next.
I mean, like I said, I love Messi. Messi's goal when he beat 5 defenders and then had the goal called back as well. Then drew the PK for the penalty. Yeah. Messi's great. That's what's expected from Messi.
All right.
Napoli. Where they finished in Serie A?
They're sixers. No, they finished 7th.
7th.
Yeah.
In an okay Serie A.
Strong this year.
So Barcelona versus an okay Serie A team.
But
that's the most impressive thing.
Napoli had a really bad start, and they sacked their manager, and they kind of,
And Barcelona still gave up a goal to Napoli. There were points in that game.
It was a PK.
There were points in that game where Napoli looked like the more dangerous team.
I kind of stopped watching, I'm going to be honest.
So that's the most impressive performance. I stopped watching.
I was working on our social media presence.
Okay.
They were dominating. There was no way Napoli was going to come back. They would have scored 4 goals. I got distracted.
So Barcelona, for me, did what they were supposed to, did what we all thought they would do, beat an above average Napoli team.
I don't know if it was that clear that they were going to win.
I thought so. Barcelona, second La Liga versus 7th place, at home, by the way, against 7th place Serie A.
32 wins and 4 ties in their last 36 games at Camp Nou. That sounds unreal, but it is real.
So I think you're making my point. They just do what they're supposed to.
So go ahead, Steve. Quit beating this dead horse, my God. So you said Napoli's okay, and it wasn't impressive 15 times. Who's your team?
Have some fucking balls and stick up for yourself.
What?
You want me to do the J?
I said they had the most impressive performance. Real Madrid was already up. Bayern was already up. And Lyon didn't look good at all. They got a shitty PK call to advance. So by default, they were the most impressive. Is that okay for you, Stevie?
That's better than just laying.
No, I just would
laying
keep
on your
making
back.
the same. I can't argue against the same points continuously.
Just laying on your back and taking it.
Good God! Why does it always have to turn into that with you?
So I think you mentioned a bunch of them, Bones. For me, it wasn't Lyon, even though you look at face value, Lyon beating Juventus, who's annual contenders for Champions League. But let's be honest.
What was their face value?
Juventus, kind of a down year for Juventus, even though they won their 9th straight Serie A title. But did not do it convincingly, really. And on top of that, it took really a bullshit penalty call for Lyon to squeak by in that one. Yeah. So for them, not it. Barcelona, we've already talked about. Manchester City against Real Madrid. I think this was debatable for me, but I don't think we can call that performance that impressive when Varane just kind of handed it over.
It was also, I've never seen any team give the ball away in the back as much as Real Madrid did. And Man City only scoring 2 goals. They weren't. Yeah, you're right. They weren't that impressive. That was not only the 2 mistakes by him. Courtois was giving it away. They looked awful.
And that was again at Man City.
Right.
So, again, you look at Man City versus Real Madrid, and you just see this box score on that, and you say, "Wow, that's got to be impressive." It wasn't that impressive. You actually watched the match. So for me, Bones, that brings us to Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. To me, the most impressive performance by any club in this round of Champions League was Bayern Munich. Did it beating a top 4 English Premier League team, Bones.
Yeah. We just won't mention the injuries or the fact that they had nothing to play for.
Yeah. So we definitely had Christian Pulisic out. We had a number of injuries for Chelsea, a young Chelsea team.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi started.
So they started Tammy Abraham. They started Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi was rumored to be heading to Bayern Munich for a massive amount of money. Did not do it. But
you're getting on Barcelona for giving up a goal. Neuer just gifted Abraham a goal.
Yeah. So, but for me, Bones, the reason why Bayern Munich was the most impressive performance in this round of Champions League was just the way they did it. Again, against a top 4 Chelsea team. I acknowledge they had a lot of injuries. We're missing a lot of key pieces in this second round or second leg of this matchup, but at times, Bayern Munich made Chelsea look like an adult league soccer team. I mean, just absolutely dominated them. Could have been a lot worse, especially first half. They looked like they were energized. Bayern Munich was in it. Mueller missed a couple sitters. Could have been a lot worse for Chelsea. Again, Neuer gifting them a goal. Not impressive in that one, but I expect Neuer to bounce back. But anyway, so Bayern Munich just absolutely manhandling Chelsea for large stretches of that match. And it seemed like in the second half, Bayern Munich just kind of took their foot off the pedal and said, all right, let's just ride this out.
They call that cruise control.
Yeah. Good point. Solid, Benz.
But that's what they were doing. They were just cruising. That's why I think it was that impressive. I mean, Chelsea had no chance of coming back in that game. It's another one I kind of checked out of, So.
I mean, that's what all of our loyal supporters come to BTL for this type of insight, and you're telling me you checked out of these things.
I mean, both games were over by half.
They were.
Chelsea would have had to win the second half 8-0. That kept your attention?
They were.
I told you I was doing our social media stuff. I was putting out polls and shaking hands.
Oh, yeah.
Not shaking hands, bowing 6 feet away, actually. Yeah.
Bowing?
Yeah. It's a way to show respect in some cultures.
So for me, Bones, Bayern Munich, the most impressive performance. That sets up a massive matchup with Barcelona next round for Bayern Munich. So our 2 most impressive performances get to meet next round.
Yeah, we'll see who's the more impressive. I mean, I obviously like Bayern Munich, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. All right, so Bones, that leads us into the Champions League round of 8 now. Starts this Wednesday. We kick it off with PSG versus Atalanta, Bones. PSG adding Mbappe to the roster. Question marks, though, of whether he's actually going to play coming off an ankle injury.
Can't imagine he starts.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, but reports are that he's recovering remarkably fast. Shocker, world-class athlete recovering quickly.
Yeah. He has the knee cartilage of a 4-year-old baby.
Yeah. young world-class athlete recovering quickly. That's a headline for you. So Bones, though, it brings up the question, do you think PSG is in trouble if Mbappe does not play?
I do think they are in trouble if Mbappe does not play, because for those of you who don't know a lot about Atalanta, they were one of the best teams in the world after the restart. Had a really great year, finished 3rd in Serie A for the 2nd straight year, and they love to get up and down. And PSG doesn't have the greatest defense, and also they looked really bad in their tune-up, and they haven't played a big match in months. So yes, to answer your question, Steve.
Yeah.
Do you have something contrarian to say?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
shocking.
Other than the fact that, well, one, we watched Atalanta just absolutely get dismantled by Inter Milan.
Yeah, but they still had a great year.
They did have a good year. Arguably, to give Atalanta credit, they were probably the best team in the world since the restart, record-wise and stuff like that. So Atalanta, a good team. But
their coach kind of looks like your dad.
Sexy man. But for me, I'm not worried about Mbappe being out. Only because I don't think PSG is going to win anyways.
Ooh, I didn't know, man.
Yeah.
Full of surprises, Steve.
How about that curveball, Ben?
Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock over here.
Sleight of hand tricks.
That's right.
Yeah. So if you look at PSG, I mean PSG plays in Ligue 1.
Yes. Are you a big League One fan?
I am.
Okay.
But PSG had a goal differential, Bones, of like 50 some plus goal differential.
And that was in League One.
Ligue 1.
Yes. Okay.
You look at the next best goal differential is Lyon back in 7th place of Ligue 1 with a plus 15.
Lyon finished 7th in League One, and they're in the quarterfinals of the Champions League?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Finished 7th, had a goal differential of plus 15.
Yeah.
The second place team in Ligue 1 was Marseille, and they had a goal differential of plus 12.
Yeah.
So 50 some goal differential for PSG, plus 12 for Marseille, the deux team in Ligue 1. So for me, they just, and we've seen it every year. It seems like an annual thing for PSG, just watching them collapse.
It is
in
an annual
Champions League.
thing.
So we go back to Barcelona, that massive collapse. Then last year against Manchester United.
Manchester
that
United was
collapse.
down a goal at PSG without like 3 of their top players, and somehow still advanced.
Still advanced.
It was unbelievable.
So for me, PSG's not a credible contender right now until they can prove that they can get over up. I guess the only thing the PSG has going for them is all those collapses seem to happen in the second leg.
Right, so they don't have time to choke.
Yeah, this is only a single leg competition right now.
And also, Stevie, you gotta love their draw, because Atalanta is good, but not the worst team you could be playing. And then if they win, they're probably gonna play Atleti. So they avoid Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and Man City until the final. And then in the final,
Anything can happen.
it's just I've heard that
Anything can
one
happen.
game playoff.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. So to me, Mbappe, not vital because they're not really contenders anyways. So it's a wash.
I think they are contenders. If you make it to the finals, you just said anything can happen, and they're the favorite to come out of that side. Stevie.
Playing mind tricks on me here,
That's right.
Bones. I'm not even sure what happened.
Jedi.
I'm not sure what happened to me. Yeah, so you like Mbappe. You think PSG could be in trouble without Mbappe. To me, doesn't matter. So, but that leads us, get right into it. Champions League starts up again this Wednesday. We have matches going Wednesday, PSG versus Atalanta. Then we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday,
Yeah.
Bones. I mean, it's just a cornucopia.
Yeah, and Friday, we'll get into it more. That's probably the crown jewel. Bayern versus Barcelona. Oh my god.
Yeah, so a lot to look forward to. We will be coming out with all kinds of content. Make sure you're keeping up to date with it. You can follow us on Instagram. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button down below. Give us a subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter as well. Like the Facebook page. And we'll see you guys this Thursday for our next episode.